Hello, gentle soul. Cathy Marie Morton here. And today we're going to do a deep dive into the color spectrum and understanding how that activates the frequency within our chakras. Color is medicine for our chakras. In my crystal color Reiki training classes, I teach my practitioners that color is the optimal tool and to use in healing practice. Instead of us trying to determine what the client might need, the ability to send colors through the field is a highly effective way to activate deep healing. The color frequencies that we deal with within the system aren't exactly like we've been taught. Spinning, spinning wheels of light that are the color frequencies within the body. We've been taught that the root is red, the sacral is orange, the solar plexus is yellow, the heart is green, the throat is blue, the third eye is iolite, and the crown is violet. But in reality, it's an ombre system that moves from the deepest red all the way up to all the levels of red until it transfers into the orange spectrum. And then it goes all the way, all the way, all the way until it transfers into gold and then the lighter frequency. So we're this progressive rainbow as we move up into the field. Now, the lower frequencies, the lower chakras are the slower energy centers, and they have the denser colors. Now, speaking of the dense colors, the colors are much denser within the system. As you move into the field away from the spinning center, it's still spinning and it's still activated, but it turns into an illuminated, lighter frequency of color, and it moves out. Science has reported that we are heavily affected by colors and light energy. Our hormones, our sleep pattern, and our nervous system are really fed by the energy of color. I would like you to take a moment and think about your wardrobe. What colors do you choose mostly in your closet? What colors do you enjoy wearing? Let's remember that white is the color that holds it all, and black is what absorbs it all. And everything in between are the different frequencies. So what do you choose to wear? What do you choose to eat? Because you're feeding those chakras too. What do you choose to drive? And why? Have you ever thought about that? Why do you choose the colors that you choose? If color is truly energy, which it is, why do we pick what we pick? I have a really fun exercise that I created for my Reiki students that helps them to explore their inner truth within their chakra systems using color. Okay, so let's get your supplies together first. Get 7 pieces of paper and a box of crayons, if you would. And, maybe you would like to use markers instead. That's okay. But I like crayons. And you know why? Because they activate my olfactory too. They smell like a little girl in school. And I like that. That reminds me of a happy time. Are you ready to get started? Okay, put your first piece of paper down. And I'd like you to write root on it in red. Get your red crayons out. You might want to choose more than one because there are many shades of red within not just the chakra, but within you. This red chakra down here at the bottom is the lowest and the slowest frequency. And it says, I am home and I am safe. But it also says other things too. There's been times in our lives, I know in my life, when I didn't feel safe. And I was searching very, very long and hard for a place that I could feel was home, a safe home. After searching for most of my life, I realized that the true home is inside. And so, in order to discover this inner home, this safe place, we have to we have to do an inventory. We don't have to, we choose to do an inventory of the area and find out what is in this center and what doesn't feel safe. And let's not go back to the past and dig around, and let's not go into the future. Let's just sit right here on the seat of our soul and figure out what doesn't belong now in our life. And so if you want to just like the bowls go around in their circle to create the frequency and move the waves, shake up the particles a little bit, you might want to close your eyes and slowly move your body in a clockwise circle and breathe and feel. Oh, there's a spot right there. What is that? Oh, yeah, I remember that. That doesn't feel very safe because I am searching for a new home now. But wait, I'm now reminding myself that no matter where I go, I am home. I'm home here. I'm home within. I am solid and I am safe in the now. And now, if you would go ahead and take your red crayons, take them out, and maybe draw a circle if you want to do a spiral or however you want it to look like, your red center, whatever colors of red you want to include. And be very mindful about what you're choosing here because this is all information for you. When you change colors, when you change locations, when you find another little spot, because you see when you draw versus when you write words, the creative center, the subconscious, is who creates the pictures. And you can ask that part of yourself to show you those places. And then with ever so much gentle kindness, you can go ahead and ask yourself those questions. What is that? And why? Moving up to the orange center here, this is our creative center, and it is the sacral. It's right below the navel. And this area is the center of your creativity. It says, I am creative. It's also the seat of your sexuality, which is the ultimate in creativity. So, in this creative center, if you would just remember a time in your life when you felt truly creative, when you felt like you were expressing the, the best part of yourself, this orange center can take you there. There might be other times in your life also where you felt stagnant, where you felt like you lacked creativity and inspiration. The purpose of having that place where you can remember how you were creative is the beauty of being able to get back to that place. So once again, take out a, an assortment of the orange hued crayons. Open up your next page, right at the top in orange, sacral, and then of course it's orange. And however you want to express this creativity that is you, just let it flow. Let it flow here. And see what comes out. Okay, so that is your orange sacral center. Right here, this is the solar plexus, and this is your will center. It is yellow. And once again, like a reminder that these colors are not just yellow. It's a ombre. It moves gently up into the whole spectrum of the rainbow and lands right here. This frequency is your will. And it says, I will, I will, I will. This is one of the most important centers to really explore, to understand what you will do and what you won't do. This is the place where your values live, what you put your energy in, what you put your life's energy in, and what you value. So if you just go ahead, once again, take out your paper. This is number 3. We're going to write solar plexus on the top in bright yellow colors. And then just go ahead and start to experience what your will has in store for you and what that might look like. Okay. Don't forget to use all your yellows and go ahead and use some gold too, because when you're moving up towards the heart, it gets even more golden. And if you can allow your heart and your will to intermix together, oh my word, we're talking miracles. Okay, so next we're moving into the heart. And the heart is green. The heart says, I am love. You know, love is the only law of the universe. Now we're in the green center, this beautiful green center. This is our heart. This center says, I am love. Just take a just breathe and feel that in there for a minute. Just feel your heart. Some people have a hard time feeling their heart. So this is where you want to invite in unconditional love. Find that place within yourself where you have experienced unconditional love. It might have been for a pet. It might have been for a place. It might even be for a color, just the green. And if you're really lucky, it could be for a person. That's where we're going, actually. Wouldn't that be amazing if we could look at everyone and share, even for a moment, a splash of unconditional love? And that's green. So within this green center, I'm going to invite you to bring out your green crayons. There's a lot of them in the box, many hues. Draw yourself a great big heart and see what's in it. Go ahead and allow yourself to examine all the way around, all the areas, all the chambers in your heart. What's in the left chamber, the right chamber, what's behind you, what's in front of you, and what is loving and what is not quite as loving as you might like it to be. Go ahead and draw a picture of it and just see what comes. This is a wonderful way to teach yourself self love. Next, we're moving into the throat. This beautiful throat center. Ah, it's blue. I see it as the blue of the sky. But there's many hues of blue, as you know. I don't know what your true blue is, but I know what my true blue is. And it's a magnificent shade of blue. And it says, I am truth. I am truth. This is also a very powerful center to examine. There is a lot about you that is true. Can you discover those things about you that are true, blue, and delightful? Things that you're really proud of. This is a great place to look at that. And then there is those other aspects of ourselves where we have maybe a struggle to share our truth, to speak our truth, sometimes even to hear the truth. And so I invite you to have the courage to free your voice and look for your truth in the blue center. Okay, now we're going to the eye light, the third eye right here. This says, I am connected. What am I connected to, though? I am connected to the all that is. But do I know this? Can I find this within myself? Can this be my truth? That's a pretty expansive place to live, knowing that you are connected to all. Can you see that? Do you have the courage to look beyond what your eyes see, what your heart feels, and go up and see what is available from the other side? This is the realm of the unseen. This is the knowing without knowing. This is the place of faith. And when you have serious faith in this place, you'll be able to see so much more. So now we're moving into the sixth center. This is the iolite center. This says, I am connected. I am connected. Now, a lot of us that are connected struggle with this center because sometimes it can be challenging to see what we see and know what we know and not discount it because it doesn't necessarily fit into what we would consider to be a reality based thinking. Okay. So, what happens is we just keep filtering it out and discounting this extra sensory information that we get in this center until it finally shuts down. Now, that's absolutely an option to not bring in and not feel connected and not be connected, but it's also not a really safe place to be these days because there is so much going on underneath. And we really need our intuition more than ever to filter out what is true and what is not true, what is valuable and what is detrimental, and really take that in. So if you'll go ahead and bring out your sixth piece of paper, and iolite is an interesting color. I consider it kind of like a midnight color, like the dark, dark, dark blues and the deepness of the ocean. That's kind of how I think of this center because it is just so expansive. There's just so much out there. And so go ahead and allow yourself to just color outside the lines for heaven's sakes and really do a beautiful exploration of the things that you may not understand, but can bring you value and joy anyway. And so this will help you feel connected to what is really appropriate and valuable in these days. And it is also going to help your heart to open and know who feels safe and who doesn't. Do your intuition and then being able to move from there. I love this center. The more my third eye opens, the wiser I feel like I become, and the more expansive my understanding is on every level. Finally, we are at the crown. Oh, the crown, the crown, the violet crowns. This is the violet flame. This is the violet. This is the top of the mark. This is your final physical chakra before you go way out there. Okay, so this is part of the body, and this is also where you bring in your divinity. It's violet, and it says, I am divine. And I not only am I connected to all there is, but I'm connected to all all of it. And so from this place of your crown, I would like you to get out your violet, purple, all those many, many shades of violet, of purple, and draw a big crown. And to me, this divinity, this center holds no shadow. It is pure light and love coming from your higher self. This is a gift from you to you. And before it dissipates through every single one of your centers and figures out a way to express being its divinity, take it in now, just as it is in its pure form. Draw yourself a crown and then maybe put some jewels on it. And each one of those jewels can be an aspect of what you know about yourself that is just magnificent, that is a true expression of who you really are as spiritual beings having a human experience. I hope you enjoy this transmission and this exercise, and I will be happy to share more with you later. Namaste.